the impact I'm having. Nothing wrong with that, but we need to go past that, because sometimes you will never know the impact of your service. You might give up on someone when they're almost there. Serving. Actually, the tougher we get, the more joy we should have. Serving the least of these. See, in this church, we are a church of the broken. We are a church of those who are considered people with special needs. We are a church of those who are looked down, dismissed. See, but my comfort is that Jesus said, whatever you did for one of these, the least of these, my brother, my sister, you did it to me. So I'm okay with that. Loving and serving the least of these. What would you do if one of yours was badly in need? You will do all you can, all in your power to assist them, right? Unfortunately, even those who care for the least of these, even those who care for people with special needs, even those who care for those with all kinds of infirmities, or those who are struggling, who are still in recovery, Satan can discourage us, convincing us that we are alone. Yes, it is tough when you have a son who is under drugs. Yes, it is tough when you have an addiction in the family. Yes, it is difficult when you have people with special needs that you have to assist. But we are not alone. God is always with us. We just need to cry out to Him. And what a difference it will make when you and I discover, understand that God positions us in being a parent with a special needs child, in being a relative to a brother, a son who's struggling with addiction for a purpose. When we discover that God wants to grant us to see the least of these as an opportunity to be used in their lives, that He wants us to be empty, willing vessels, it will make a whole difference. We will jump with joy to serve. What God does, or what God allows in our family, in our lives, it's for our own good. Angelina and I, and my oldest daughter, have discovered all that through our youngest daughter. I can tell you, she gives us more than we give her. Every time I'm running, every time I'm so worried, and I see her looking at me, I feel like she's telling me, Dad, are you okay? And literally she asked me, are you okay? Like if she's telling me, am I not enough? Peace. So I've been finding myself praying and asking God, God, can you make me like Shima? She's not worried. Let me say this, and it's very serious. One of the devil's most successful lies that he wants you and I to buy into is to make us believe that He does not exist. The devil is a reality. And he upgrades his skin. The devil will push us to believe that serving the least of these, that helping others will come from the government or social services or some other organizations. And he will make us believe that we are miserable because the services are not there. Wanting us not to see the opportunity God has for us. And He has gotten us to almost give up on our responsibilities as a church, as Christians. I know the service to the refugees, the service to the least of these are on freeze. And I said, I'm okay with that. Because when we were called to serve the least of these, we did not expect the government to help us. Where are the Christians? Where are the brothers? You see, we should be like the church of the book of Acts. When you do not have a job, I should know that. When you are going through stuff, I should know that, because we journey, we do life together. That's what is serving one another. If we do not serve yet, we haven't stepped into our purpose. See? We are a small church. I come here, my wife and I and my daughters, we make coffee, we vacuum, and I love it. And I always make sure you understand, you're welcome to do it. I do it unto my God. I enjoy it. My brother Clinton comes here, he put the chairs together, I look at it, it ministers to me, because I understand you're doing it unto God. I got nothing to offer you. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. How can you explain to me that people, Greenpeace, the activists, they die for the cause because they believe into it? They're ready to jump on the boat. They're ready to do all they can for the cause. What is the cause of Christ in the church? We're playing it safe. We do not want, you see, please forgive me. My English is not there yet, but I'm doing good. Getting out of your comfort zone. And sometimes you hear people say, don't get into my lane. It's funny. It's so funny. Let me also make sure we all understand that the least of these, people with special needs, all those who are looked down, haven't been forgotten. They are loved, they are needed, they are precious in God's sight, and we want to journey with them. Not only we want to serve them, we want them to serve, and we want them to feel not only loved but needed. That's why I invite you. Tuesday, we have a group of people with disabilities coming. They come every month. They come here. We try to give the best we can, the best breakfast. We want them to feel loved. We want them to serve. We want them to feel welcome. And when we leave, I always feel like I'm receiving more than I give. That's what is serving. When you serve, you receive more than you give. As I end this sharing, we will hear a testimony of our sister. But let me say quick, I'll walk away with. What is serving unto God? Serving unto God is seeing God at work in us and through us. It is allowing God to activate what He has deposited in us. It is using it in someone's life or in a setting unto God, to God glory. Why serve unto God? We serve unto God because we all were created to serve. My friend, we cannot afford to sit on the talent He entrusted us with, because He will hold us accountable. He will ask you, what have you done with what I gave you? Each and every one of you here has a different giving, a different talent. Maybe you have a gift of hospitality. Maybe you give the best hugs possible. Let me tell you, sometimes you might hug someone who just got diagnosed with cancer. It's the best sermon you can ever give. Maybe sometime you might usher in and love on and give a seat and say hi and comfort, not knowing what you're doing, to someone who is going through a divorce. So the gift God gave you is for a purpose. We serve wanting to one day hear God say, "Good job, faithful servant." And again, the ultimate purpose of serving is for God's people to know Him and to turn back to Him. And how we serve unto God, it is to let Him lead. As we serve, we constantly ask Him to guide us. And we serve without any agenda. We serve wanting to please Him. And we serve, at least as far as we are concerned here, we always say, please serve with love, honor, respect, and dignity. I can tell when you do not serve with dignity. I can tell when you serve with your heart as a way of showing me your love. I watch the ladies here. I felt the love. So we also serve faithfully. Always asking ourselves, what would Jesus do? Now that we are called to love, to give, to serve, let's ask the Holy Spirit to open our eyes, to soften our eyes. And let's ask Him to help us stop fence riding and be who God meant us to be. Our joy in giving is in our our giving should be in our receiving. Our receiving should be in our giving. All that we want to receive is His grace and mercies. So let's humble ourselves. Let's realize that God wants to use us. And let's be moved by what moves His heart. And let's be grieved by what grieves His heart. Amen. And let's do an offering, and then we hear a testimony for our sister. And please hear it with your heart.
Just going to pass the offering basket around, and let's